Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today we have a nice little 6 game NBA slate for you. Before I get started, can you guys smash that like and subscribe button? Also, want to shout out Edge1342 on Discord, who had a $1,000 win yesterday. So great job, dude. Hopefully we can continue your streak. You've been absolutely phenomenal lately. So let's keep that going. I've also been on a pretty good streak myself. So we'll try to continue that today. Obviously, there's going to be some injuries today that are going to manipulate this slate here, and we're probably not going to know too much until we get close to the slate, especially with three of these games being in the 10 o'clock slot and the first three games being at 7:30 and 8. That is kind of unfortunate, but because we do have a lot of questionable tags in those later games. With that said, we do have an injury report for you. The Celtics, Porzingis is questionable and Tillman is out. For the Nets, Cam Johnson is out. For the Thunder, Hayward and Biyombo are out. For the Heat, Robinson is questionable. Butler, Rozier, and Richardson are out. For the Bucks, Middleton is out. For the Trailblazers, Henderson, Scoot Henderson, that is questionable. And then Brogdon, Sharp, and Williams is out. For the Pistons, Stewart and Grimes are out. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis are questionable. Vanderbilt, Reddish, and Vincent remain out. So, uh, right at this point, we have a few guys I like a lot and some value plays that have some utility today. But I do expect there to open up some more as soon as we get information on Duncan Robinson and also on Porzingis. So, as well as LeBron and Davis. The unfortunate part is LeBron and Davis info will probably not come until too late. Same goes for the Trailblazers with Henderson. We probably won't know that until after the slate locks. So hopefully, though, we get some information ahead of time. So my favorite play on the slate right now is Tyler Hero. He's going to have a lot of usage today, and his minutes will go up as a result of this matchup and because of Butler and Rozier being out. Hero will be pretty much the point guard in this game, and I like his potential to have a big, solid game here. He's priced a little bit cheaper than I expected him to be due to the situation, and that's good for fantasy. So he's a great option on this slate. I also like Jason Tatum quite a bit today. Tatum has played very well lately. His floor right now is around 40 fantasy points, and his ceiling is over 55. He needs 47.5 fantasy points to pay off today, which he's done in 5 of the last 7 games. If Porzingis misses, it'll also boost him a little bit more. But he's been playing very well lately, and he's a really solid option today, especially if he gets a double-double. I really thought about making Bam Adebayo a core play as well, but he's just missing the cut there, mostly because of the matchup, even though it is a decent matchup. But his price is pretty fair. His usage should be up with Butler and Rozier out, and he's played pretty well in that kind of situation when Butler's been out and Hero's been out. He's really had a boost in fantasy output, and so I think with his price today, he's in a fair spot and definitely looks like a decent option. I also like Franz Wagner a lot today for Orlando, though. The matchup is actually pretty good for him. He's also been playing very well lately. He needs 35 fantasy points to pay off here, and he's eclipsed that in 7 of the past 9 games. He does have a lower floor than I like, but he's also got a nice ceiling, so he's definitely worth a look today. And he's in one of the earlier games, so that you're not gonna have to worry about guessing on that front. Looking at Jalen Duren for Detroit, he does have a lot of usage upgrade whenever Stewart is out, and Stewart's going to be out for a little bit longer. Uh, Duran has played very well through that part of this part of the season with him out, and he's also got a great matchup here against the Lakers. He was also very close to being a core play, as he's just been super solid lately. Though he does have that random low floor that he sometimes hits, and so that is a concern here. But he's actually done well against some good teams recently, including the Clippers last game. And he should be able to get a double double here, as both teams are going to shoot a lot of shots and probably miss a bunch. So I think he's a viable option on the slate. I do have 4 guys I think are good value plays at this point, but I think more will open up as we go. Duncan Robinson definitely is one guy that I like today, but he is questionable, so we do want to make sure he plays, obviously. But if he does play, he definitely have a lot of usage. The question is if he's in good enough shape to actually play today, so we'll have to wait and see. But I think he would be a viable option if Duncan is cleared. Jamie Jaquez Jr. for Miami is also in play. He should get back in the starting lineup here, as he's played in the starting lineup for a few games, but I think he's going to have a lot of opportunity to have a big game here. He does have a low floor, but even with the minutes, he sometimes has low floors because he's pretty scoring if required. But he definitely has some potential in this game, and he's priced pretty fairly for what it is. so he's definitely worth a look. Jonathan Isaac for Orlando has been playing more minutes recently. He's been a little bit inconsistent in the minutes, but he's been over 20 or so minutes in several games in a row. And with the two exceptions over the last 9 games, he's been over 19 fantasy points in 5 of them. I think he does have some potential here, but he definitely carries a little bit of risk. Then we'll look at Kevin Love, who should get a lot more minutes today as well with Butler out. He has actually been pretty consistent at getting at least 16 or so fantasy points, and he doesn't need but 18 today. I think if he can get over 20 minutes, which he was doing earlier in the season more whenever other guys were out, and this particular game he should get a little bit more minutes than what he has been, so he's definitely worth a look today as well. Obviously, with the injury situations here, uh, Portland does have some interesting options depending on who gets ruled out for them. Um, Even Ashton Hagans, who uh, just joined the team, in his first 2 games, he's played 23 and 28 minutes. He hadn't done a ton fantasy wise, but he's still capable of having a decent game here and could be somebody to look at. He definitely carries a lot of risk. As for the Lakers here, depending on what happens with LeBron and Davis, that would definitely play this whole thing because D'Angelo Russell and Reeves would definitely become plays if one or both of them were to be ruled out. So do keep that in mind. With that said, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. And have a nice day, guys.